Hello, Tabitha here. You know, I was picking up a few art supplies, actually ordered from Cult Pens and Blicks. And, I was looking at my supplies and I'm mostly fond of watercolors, but like basically all of these are toppers. So I really consider myself not a purist. So that's what I'm calling this haul, my not a purist watercolorist haul. So let's take a look at what I have here and see if anything floats your boat or you like. First up, I have the new pencils by Inktense. I had the other set, so I only wanted the new ones. And although I don't use them that much, I'd like to use them more often. Look at all those beautiful colors. The new colors are Golden Sun, Olivine, Persian Red, Burnt Umber, Dark Pink, Natural Brown, Lime Green, Sea Breeze, Pink Flamingo, that looks really pretty, Sugar Plum, Mango, Lapis Blue, Wild Flame, Lemon, Dark Cerulean, Violet Blue, Paprika, Malibu, Mineral Blue, Mint Leaf, Amethyst, Gold, Orange Sorbet, Asphalt, Storm Dust, Jungle Green, Nightshade, and Denim. And wow, I didn't realize there was so many that wasn't in the set, but that's quite a few new colors added to the thing. Now, when I say I'm not a purist, I guess because that's mostly I do watercolors or ink and watercolors or water-based products. I guess a lot of people call themselves multimedia artists. I guess it's how you think of yourself. Like if I kind of stick with one media and kind of add in these little things or toppers or under the painting rather than kind of mix it all up and put it all together. Some of those people are phenomenal that can do that mixed media thing. So my next up is these Conte crayons. And I got this little box because I figure I could hold all my little sticks in it, keep it kind of organized. And this came in a nice little set where you get some of the colors. You get a kneaded eraser and you get their sketching pencils. I did open this to see if anything broke in transit, and the charcoal pencil did lose its tip, so we'll have to see if that's all right. But these look very interesting. Let me move this over. Let me just feel out a couple of them. See, I think those are going to be a lot of fun for doing different sketching and stuff. Little bit of dust. They blend in nice. I think those will go over watercolors or under watercolors very nicely. They are water soluble. And then I also got these 3 other colors that look like they'd be really nice colors. I'm hoping these will get some texture to the top of the top of watercolors. They're so little. They're teeny tiny. So that's a really nice little set to get me started. I did want to try and compare, so let's open this as well, the Pitt crayons as well. So I got like 6 of these Pitt crayons, and they're much larger. Look at the size comparison on those. They're much larger. So I wanted to kind of compare. And let's see how those feel. Okay, those have a different feel. These have more of like a They're still a little dusty, but they have a softer feel. Let me try their sketching crayons over here in comparison. Yeah, the Conte definitely has more of a chalky appearance or a feel, and the Pitt ones definitely have a smoother or more towards a pencil-y feel, I think. I think these have more oil to them. Well, we'll give those a try in the near and have a little fun playing. Let's see what's next up. And I am a big one on ink and watercolors, so I got these two new inks by Octopus. Now these are supposed to be like the other sketch inks where they're completely waterproof. So we will go ahead and swatch those out and add a little water. And I got the Brown Penguin. Looks like it'll be a nice brown. And I got I thought I would put this in the next item that I have, and this is the White Polar Bear. So white ink in a white pen. I like to coordinate my inks to my pens, and have that in my bag as kind of like, instead of a gel pen, try this instead, see if I get some better lines out of it. And this is a fine one. So we're going to go ahead, let's go ahead and swatch these out and see if they're waterproof. I went ahead and I took the pen apart. I have a little converter, so we're going to go ahead and pop that in there. Wow, it really does not want to stay in there. And let's see if we can get some the white ink in there. This is how I fill my dip pens. I just dropped the whole nib. Now it didn't fill it up all the way, so what I'll do is I'll push it back in and do it another time. And that way I get a full fill, or pretty close to. So let's see how, let me get the pen back together and let's see how this will do. We got her all filled, and now I've got, this is Stonehenge Black Aqua paper. Ooh, that's pretty. It seems pretty opaque. I think that's going to work out nicely. Hopefully you can see that. Yeah, I think that's definitely going to work out nice. Fun, fun. I love these little Kaweco sport pens because they're nice and tiny, and you can just pop them in your bag and you're all set to go, and it's enough ink for me to do what I need to do. And now let's go ahead, I'll just use a dip pen for this one. We will see how this brown is, and then we will test it to see if it's waterproof. And this is just Canson multimedia paper that I'm playing with. Okay, that is a beautiful color, really gorgeous. I really hope these are waterproof, because there's not that many inks out on the market that you can watercolor directly over. And these are by Octopus, the Write and Draw ink. So let's let that dry for a second, and so we can go ahead and get out this ink. And this is that new platinum ink that's supposed to be darker than the original platinum. So this is the original platinum that I've had and that I've loved and used. And this is their new Kuro. I know I'm butchering that. New black ink. And this is supposed to be extremely waterproof. Kind of a cool box on the angle like that. And we have The bottle looks exactly the same as the other one. Let's compare. So they look exactly the same, but this one is supposed to be just as waterproof, but blacker. So let's go ahead and get this down on some paper, and we will put this next to it so that we can see how black it is. And this has the same insert as the black platinum does that you can dip your pen into. So let's go ahead and do one of these. Make sure it's all nice and filled up. And we'll go ahead and just get my little cloth here, just in case. Sometimes this pen likes to grab too much ink. And this is the new. Well, that is quite black. So yes, I would say that this is quite black. Although I always thought the platinum ink was very black. So let's let that dry. Excuse me. And this is the regular carbon ink that we're going to just put a little swatch down. And it's going to be hard to see just the black inks next to each other. Let's go ahead and put it right next to. Alright, that is the old platinum, and that is the new. So we will go ahead and let those dry, and we will see if we can see a difference between the blacks. And meanwhile, let's go ahead and take a look at a couple other things. So let's set that off to the side, let that dry, and we'll test for waterproof. And then I got the new charcoal blocks. So I got this set, but from the original set that they had, they didn't have a couple of the colors in it. So I got the 2 extras that weren't in these new revamped sets, which are kind of nice. They have the padding on it, but I am actually going to pull it out of this box and put it in. I know a lot of you have these extra boxes from Schminke. Well, I did the graphites, and they fit perfectly. All 8 colors from the old set and then the 2 new ones. They fit perfectly in this. So I have another one of these. I am going to go ahead and put all my charcoals in there. And let's go ahead and break this open, and we'll just take a look at the colors. Alright, let's see what we've got. We've got their yellow in here. Now this is the new set, and those are from the old set, but you can buy them individually. So if you only see one color that you like, that's pretty. I've never tried these before, so let's leave a little solid color as well. Definitely a lot dustier than the graphite ones. Oop, that has a little harder spot on it. The white we probably won't be able to see. And then the 2 other ones from the original set is the yellow black. So basically a warm black. And then the blue black. So the cool black. And you can definitely see the difference, but oops, I'm off screen. You can definitely see the difference between the warm black and the cool black. So that's a really pretty lineup of colors on those. That'll be fun to play with along with the additional pastels. Tiny bit messy. Let's go ahead and bring in these now. I've only had one pastel by Diane Townsend, and I don't have many at all. I have maybe a 20 set, but I thought these would be really fun to play with. I got this Misty Mauves set. I don't know why, but I just completely fell in love with the colors. Look at how pretty those are. It's a really pretty set. So let's go ahead and see how they swatch out. Now I don't know how delicate these are. The couple of other pastels earlier were hard pastels. These are soft ones. These are also supposed to be water soluble. So let's go ahead and see how they look. Oh wow, really pretty. Love this color palette. It's inspiring, just the color lineup here. Ooh, that's really gorgeous. I always have to play as soon as I get the products, like to touch them and kind of feel them and look at all the names and all the colors. And I hope you enjoy that from me rather than just the unboxing. You can let me know in the comments if you like seeing the colors right away. I know it makes the videos a little longer, but I think it is nice to see. Wow, that's pretty intense. They look so muted here, and then you see the colors and they look so much more vibrant. You can tell that they're hand rolled. They're all a little awkward. They all feel very consistent. Like one doesn't feel extremely harder than another. And the last one. There's some really nice taupes in here. I'm trying to see if I can get some textures over the watercolors. Let's see how these... Oh, look how pretty. That would just... A few of these will just do wonderful on like stones. Running out of fingers. You know, I didn't know if I really like the feel of pastels, but they feel... It actually feels really fun. This one seemed to not smudge as much. Maybe I didn't have enough pigment on there. And this is not good paper for it. This is standard mixed media. There, that's a little better. Really, really gorgeous color selection. I am so happy with this one. So happy. So let's get back to our inks and see how they dried up, how they compare, and if they're waterproof. Okay, back with the inks. So visually, in person, this one does look a lot darker than the original Carbon Black. And I always thought that Carbon Black was fantastically dark. But this one, let me get you closer. This one actually is darker, and I hope you can see that. This one has a little bit more like a gray, and this is very super black. In line with, they look very close or very where you can barely tell the difference. But when they're mass tone right next to each other, the new one is definitely blacker. The brown dried up beautiful, and I love these crisp lines. So let's go ahead, just get a little water on here. Let's check the brown. And a smidgen comes off. So not completely waterproof. You can see a tiny halo. I think you'd be able to get away with a little bit of watercoloring over it, especially if you wanted that warm tone. But a little bit comes off. So I am really pleased with this haul. We've got some waterproof inks. This one looks like it's going to be pretty waterproof on regular paper. And some new pastels and blocks to try out, some new sketching materials. So I really appreciate you sticking around to watch till the end. Thank you so much, and I hope you have a wonderful day. I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.